Do you mind if I smoke?
Sure, no problem. June 28th, 2022, 18 hours plus 52 minutes.
Well, how would you like me to start?
Well, say your name.
You promised that the project would be anonymous.
And I also promised you good money. Check it or leave it.
My name is Arturo Eduardo.
And what role, Arturo, did you play in the park?
Well, it was no park, senor. It was a world. Masrani often called it to visit facilities and we listened to his plans.
You snooped around, you mean?
It was not necessary. The man took pleasure in being heard. But going back to your question, I performed various functions in this place that, being so big, could not just keep the original name.
Oh, so that's why.
See, this is why Masrani called it Jurassic World.
And how did you come to work there, eh?
As I understand it, the same way the workers at the original park got their jobs. The native population of Nublar had been driven off the island so that Hammond could realize his dream. So they, the residents of the other nearby islands and others from the main island, were given what was titled an opportunity not to be missed.
To become an employee at one of the attractions.
See, so we too were lured into trap. We were very poor in our majority and the money seemed worth it. I started on April 20, 2002. Dios mío, señor, how time has passed. It has been over 20 años now. The day before, Nubla's most famous specimen had been recaptured. I saw it right when I arrived. We had anchored at the East Dock, where all the cargo used to be dumped. That should have already shown me what they thought of us, but no. I wanted to believe that they would not repeat their mistake, senor. When I put my first foot on the wood of the dock, it creaked. The wood was still the same since 93. I was now discovering. And what was worse, it was not the only thing that had not been fixed. Entering the jungle through the tunnel, we could still see the electrified gates of the first park
How come you know they were the original?
because they had more dust than that projector of yours, senor.
By the way, only photographs of Nublar in all its final glory were made available to me. Look, this is one of the samples I received. See how it works despite the rest?
Really, this is what Masrani would like you and all the press to see.
You know I'm not exactly from the press, Eduardo.
What exactly do you do then?
Well, look, there is the picture of the green tunnel adjacent to the docks.
Well, it was quite different the day I arrived. There were men forming a protective barrier along the tunnels, each with his gun in hand.
What kind of weaponry do they possess?
Oh, nothing lethal, that's for sure. Masrani did not want any items to be killed unnecessarily. Before you ask, see, there were more animals in the jungle.
Yes, of course. Brachiosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Triceratops, Compsognathus. Am I right?
Is that what Masrani said was the complete list? You press people are very innocent. Really? No, no, amigo. There was more. Much more. Dilophosaurus, Metriactosaurus, and of course, raptors.
Velociraptors? No, that can be. Look,
Oh,
they were.
extinct? Nah. Then it must have been something else that tore the thorax of one of the men guarding the perimeter that day.
Did you did you get to see the wounds?
See, let's just say that the Indian security team didn't bother to hide anything as long as there wasn't a visitor on site. Ah, yeah, I got to see the attack as well. We had just passed that segment of the perimeter when a chirp like from a bird was heard from the right side of the barrier. A shrill sound of pain as if something was writhing in the bushes. Of course, the men didn't move from their positions. They recognized that macabre howl. Zoop! Like a bullet. By the time the others turned to help their companion, a beast, maybe 10 feet long, senor, was tearing him apart, you see. The fellow tried to roll over and throw a dart. But the raptor buried its claw right into the poor man's chest, straight to the heart. A final cry of pain.
God, a raptor like this one?
No, these are the ones Wu created for Jurassic World. They are more colorful. You can see them even with the sepia that the light from your projector causes.
Forget the projector, Eduardo. What did the creature look like?
Brown, senor. Clear as clay.
And what happened then?
See, some security guards started shooting at the animal and the others rushed us to get into the innovation center as soon as possible. There were more howls behind us and human screams.
Did all your group arrive safely?
Ah, si, senor. It didn't take long before we reached the interior of the island. That's the benefit of fear, you see. You get faster. We shot on, keeping a good pace for a couple hours until we spotted a few civilization markers.
The Innovation Center.
Its foundation. All that was there were large foundation stones forming a red drawing of what will one day be the prestige of this place, senor. This, however, we had to build.
And that was your first function, I understand.
No. The first one was to relocate the most famous attraction in Jurassic World. As I told you, sir, Hoskins had recaptured it the day before, Rexy.
They need your help with the T-Rex?
Pero claro, senor. Do you think a few men could take care of an animal that size? No. They needed manpower.
And how did you help on the first day?
See, they needed someone to feed the animal. He had been sedated for hours and, well, not been fed since. Water was painful, as the reinforced cage was crossed by a small shallow, you see, senor.
And you were the brave agent who threw the steaks to the beast, I see.
See, I threw her some strange meat, similar to pork, but more fibrous. Rex ate with gluttony, swallowing every bone in seconds and roaring soon after.
Eduardo, what kind of meat was this?
Well, Hoskins had gone to see the outcome of the raptors' attack in the Green Tunnel, and since there were no goats on the island yet. Yes, si, senor.
Senor. That was perfect.
The pleasure in being heard, you see.
You look more like an Italian guy, but that's alright.
Papiri pipiri, yo no he fecho esto. Coxinha.